as I'm concerned, yes, we can just check.
The match starts soon.
Actually, we saw it 2 times. One time Pugging against Throtain and Team Paradigm against Accidentally Famous, of course.
Alright, so the game's going to be starting here. Again, that's going to be Nonstop Nonsense on the red team here and Team Skull Impact on the blue team. We're going to go ahead and watch the splits as they come out here in just a couple seconds so the game starts.
Hold on to your
We'll
points.
see how that works out, of course. We see directly the Ranger from Nonstop Nonsense Conrad Quest crossing over to Henge, probably putting down some pressure, casting his spirits right now. And the other team didn't really react, they are moving straight to mid, so the point will be contested for a while.
Well, we saw Max from Skullcrack move over toward mine as well, so both teams sending one player across, and then everyone kind of meeting back up here at mid as usual.
Yeah, mid-fight. We currently have the upper hand for Skull Impact, at least to some extent, because they are just more players on that point, because we have 2 players on mine, or we had 2 players, one is just leaving going to mid, who fought Max Mai, so the Thief will be joining the mid-fight. Right now we saw the Deadly just going down, Shadow Refuge went down, he got rest up, which is very nice for them, of course. Could probably see another nice burst from him with his conditions.
Yeah, Miss Windu took a lot of damage going for that stomp there initially. Got actually bursted down there, was able to get the res up from his teammates there. Deer still kind of took a little damage. He decided to kind of zone off the point here. Eppley in midpoint though, taking a lot of damage right now, having to blow a lot of cooldowns. Doesn't really have anything left right now. He's going to go down here from Miss Windu's shatter combo. Gets resed up just in time though. That's still kind of a stalemate here at mid. We do see a lot of conditions being spread out into Nonstop Nonsense right now, but still anyone's game.
Yeah, Conrad just joined the fight, of course, with his spirits. He will be able to deliver a huge amount of support for his team. He fought on Henge and actually captured that one as well as they captured mine right now. So they are taking the lead with 2 points in their favor. The question is if they can take mid, and if they don't, if they can probably fight over it again. As Windu just went down, Rest is going up stealth, not yet up, so close!
He got himself up, it looked like. Very nice. He teleported a little bit too early there, but he was able to get the last tick from himself there, got himself back up. Little damage going on the guts right now. He's trying to avoid the damage with some short bow 3 spam. We saw a lot of these fights yesterday kind of being little stalemates at mid. A lot of teams, on point with the reses, on points with the, well, not so on point with the stomps, I guess, but we saw the Shadow Refuge going down, preventing a couple stomps there. Just very even team fight so far.
Yeah, definitely. We don't see any team falling behind. We see a lot of players downed here and there, but as we just saw, Max just getting resed by 2 players. The big problem with resing, as we saw yesterday, is that you need to ball up in one specific position, and that the other team just has the chance to cleave you down.
Yeah, Max goes down again. Looks like we have Rain coming in for the res. Gets cleaved down a little bit. Looks like a Illusion of Life does go out on the Rain here. He's got 15 seconds to make something happen. If he goes down within these 15 seconds, he will be down permanently. We do have, looks like Gan going down, or Jin rather, going down for Skullcrack. He goes down completely. The Illusion of Life times out on Rain. He goes back down. Looks like Nonstop Nonsense is going to take this team fight.
Yeah, they definitely won that one, and you need to keep in mind they already have 2 points. They got Henge and mine, nothing was contested, they just gathered a lot of points, and that's why leading by 150-0 at the moment.
Yeah, we did see Miss Windu trying to move over to Henge, get a little decap there. He did get trained down by 3 players, probably 4 players of Nonstop Nonsense. Didn't quite pan out for him, and again, like you said, a triple cap coming out. Well, it was a triple cap coming out for Nonstop Nonsense pretty early here into the game. No points right now for Skullcrack, or for Skull Impact rather.
Question is if they can survive. We actually saw a nice port by Guts. He jumped pretty far with 2 shadow steps just to get on point early enough to defend their point, but it actually was kept by Max due to his knockbacks and the elite skill of him, the supply drop, but he got down pretty fast as the Deadly jumped into that fight, so we will see a eventual 3-cap right after this.
That was some nice CC usage by Nonstop Nonsense right there. We had Guts popping Battle Venom, keeping him stunned off a point, and then we saw the Fear Wall go down from Adira, making sure they kept that engineer off point so they can get the cat back. At least not have him go down on point and get downstate.
Blue team takes a capture point.
All right, so we do have Impact actually finally capping a point here. They have their home point, starting to generate some points, but the lead here is already huge. About 210 points in favor of Nonstop Nonsense going into the game about 4.5 minutes in.
They definitely stepped this game up and set the pace for this game. They're even making Svanya right now while defending mid. Now 2 players will join that fight, probably able to burst someone down rather quickly if they aren't seen, as we just saw Sidra on top of the ledge right there, getting pretty much insta-gipped by Guts, who just jumped on and now trying to kite away, but that's not possible. Even popping Plague Form right there, but Guts just turned around, ignoring him completely, so Plague Form was kind of wasted, and he will go down to conditions in just a second probably.
Yeah, there he goes. Like you mentioned, not a very good use of the elite there. Tried to be a little bit defensive with it. Oh, actually does get the res off, so I guess it kind of panned out for him there. They didn't get lucky. We do have Max getting pretty low over here on mine, though. Currently in a 1v1 against Hawk. Having a hard time staying alive right now, though. But the point is neuted, so spending time there and kind of delaying them is going to be in their favor right now, because that is going to be Nonstop Nonsense home point.
Definitely, but we see that Skull Impact is trying to make something happen. They split up, they go to mine, they are fighting over mid, and it doesn't look so bad actually for them. Even mid got decapped right now, so they will start the chase right there, even if they're 270 points wide, which is an immense lead for Nonstop Nonsense. They might be able to just show, hey, we're not out of this game anymore.
Adira on Nonstop Nonsense getting pretty low here in mid. He was able to get into Death Shroud and mitigate a lot of that damage, or stay alive for a lot longer until his heal came back off cooldown. Was able to pop out, get the heal off. Still kind of hurting right now, though. He's going to be in a bad spot. Looks like he's going to go down here in just a moment. Actually, able to get back into the Death Shroud one more time. Does finally go down here, but I don't really see anyone from Skull being able to get in for the stomp here. We do see a stomp coming out. Looks like he's going to land it, actually. Very nice job there by Skull Impact getting that stomp off.
Yeah, he just jumped down from it, trying to get the knockback off. He was just a second too late, so the stomp actually got off. And now we have Skull Impact in favor of the mid fight. They are looking very strong at the moment, even with Sage being pretty low, but as we see Guts having some issues, needs to dodge a lot, actually goes down in exact that moment. Probably can be rest up by Appley and Conrad, as we saw right there. But we see Skull Impact making a move.
Alright, Guts getting pretty low. Looks like he's going to go down. Does go down to the burning there. He's going to be down. Kind of in a bad spot, too. Here comes Jin, going to go in for maybe from the stomp here. Guts is going to teleport away for the first try. We do have a res coming in. Looks like it's interrupted. Cleave damage going on to Guts right now. He's going to get taken out by cleave damage. Guts goes down in mid, giving kind of an advantage here to Skull Impact, at least for right now.
Yeah, on mine, he lost the 101, so at this point will be in favor of Nonstop Nonsense in a couple of seconds. But meanwhile, in mid, it looks very, very good for them. They are starting to catch up slowly but surely. Probably they should be able, or they should look out for the Forest Speeches to get another 25 to 50 points off of that, just to close the gap to stay in that game right now.
Still quite a little brawl going on in mid here. Conrad was getting pretty low. They did get the stomp off on Eppley. Conrad was getting pretty low. He was able to stay alive, using very nice, nice use of the evades there from the Ranger rather. Still early in the morning.
Yeah, we see Conrad currently in a lot of trouble, going down again. So even with Guts joining the fight after he was downed, I guess, or I messed that one up, but they are still fighting around that point, and it doesn't seem like they're going to win. We see Henge is now being decapped, so no one's defending. That's a big problem Skull Impact has, that they don't get the control over the outer points.
I hate to interrupt you. There was an amazing clutch play at mid here. Looks like Miss Wind was able to land a focus pull onto Guts when he was in stealth, preventing the stomp that would have actually probably tilted the team fight into Nonstop Nonsense's favor there at mid.
Totally missed that, but now we see Skull Impact moving to Henge into a 2-on-1 right there, so they might be able to pull that one off fairly quickly. But we have to keep in mind Nonstop Nonsense only needs 120 points to win this matchup, so they really need to get those decaps off.
Yeah, Hawk went down on Henge, like you mentioned. He's actually able to get the Elixir R down, gets himself rezzed up here. He's going to get mowed, though, in a 1v2 situation. He's going to get bursted down by Miss Windu. Looks like he's going to get stopped out here just momentarily. Actually, the Adir coming in with the fear. Going to go for the res on Hawk. Is he going to land? Is he going to get it off? Not quite. The stop does go off onto Jin. Hawk's going to be back up here. So that's going to turn into a, looks like a 4v1 versus Miss Windu right now.
Yes, Cider standing on that ledge, doing some damage, but he needs to disengage really fast right now. He's going to be trained down, otherwise we see Guts chasing him to mid, actually porting right after him, dealing a lot of damage right there. and with a few, well, they won't be able to chase him completely, but still Nonstop Nonsense playing very, very strong, not losing their favor, keeping track of the outer points, and yeah, getting closer to victory every second.
Alright, over here on mine, we do have Max fighting Conrad. Max in a pretty bad spot right now, though. Kind of an interesting build here. He's using Elixir Gun. It's not too crazy, but obviously didn't work out here against Conrad. Conrad able to take him down pretty handily. Going to be getting stomped out here. Not quite first attempt, but it will be happening here just shortly. Back over at mid, we do have the Necromancer for Skull Impact, taking a little bit of damage here. He's able to get his heal off. He's going to be back up into the fight here, no problem. Adir trying to lay a little conditions down from the outskirts of the fight here. In pretty good positioning, you know, with Skullcrack kind of gathering up on point. It looks like they're learning from their mistakes here, but if they gather up, they're just going to be so prone to those Necromancer conditions being spread around.
Definitely. If we look at Henge at the moment, where the actual fight is erupting just to get that second point for Skull, and we see Eppley currently in downs. They got downed as tank Hockey trying to res. Maybe the cleave damage will be enough, thus to deal enough damage to not being res.
There comes the Elixir R. The big old bomb goes down as well. Hawk's Trell's trying to res. Gonna get the res up on Eppley. Very nice play there. He even took a full shatter combo from Miss Windu. Was able to still get the res up on Eppley. Gonna be making the fight back into kind of even standing here. Miss Windu getting kind of low here though. Mesmer very prone to conditions.
We saw the decap on mine just happening, so Nonstop Nonsense not getting any points anymore, and they just need 65, so they will be eager to take at least 1 point right now. It might be Henge as we see Miss Windu getting down, probably stomped right there. So that's 1 down for Nonstop Nonsense, but Skull Impact still looking strong with at least 2 players on that point and Amply pretty low.
You know, Skull Impact had a really rough start to this game. I think it was like, what, 150 points to 0 going into this game? And now they don't want to give up. They're absolutely still in this game. They have 2 cap points. They're fighting over a 3rd right now. You know, they're still 200 points behind, but, you know, I've seen crazier things.
Actually, Nonstop Nonsense playing that so smart at the moment, going for the forest creatures so that Skull Impact doesn't have a chance to get those 50 points, and with them killed, they might be able to just get the win by storms and not being no need for having a point anymore.
Yeah, we do see 2 players for Skull Impact down over here on Henge. Kind of in a bad spot. Jin and Rain both down. I don't really see a res coming into him anytime soon. We're going to get 10 points going to Nonstop Nonsense from those 2 kills. Conrad's still on point with Miss Windu, rather. We do have a lot of players from Nonstop Nonsense coming into Henge here. Henge is going to go actually to Nonstop Nonsense. Miss Windu is going to go down on point. And I think that's going to be the game for Nonstop Nonsense. As long as they can hold that point for about 10 seconds or so, I think they're going to be good to go.
Yeah, Hockey actually got a keep right there. It wasn't defender, so he just got the decap and the full cap afterwards, knocking down Mux just once to get the full cap off. And I must admit, Skull Impact really turned on their game after that initial start. They were about 200 points behind and still managed to catch up a lot in the end of the game.
Really looking forward to see. Like, I don't know if these teams have maybe met each other before in a game. I'm really looking forward to the next game, see kind of where they take it.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, especially off Legacy of the Foe where we have a bigger comeback mechanic for Skull Impact probably. The Guild Lord, which gives you 150 points if you manage to kill him, which isn't as easy as it sounds because you need to crush 1 gate first, which is going to be announced to the enemy as well when the Guild Lord's attack is going to be announced. Once you get there with a full team, the Guild Lord is actually dying pretty fast, but the enemy team has the chance to react to that and of course keep him alive with heals, condition, cleanse, stealth, and so forth.
Alright guys, for those of you just tuning in, maybe watching Guild Wars 2 for the first time, every map, like we mentioned before, does have a secondary objective. On this map in particular, there's going to be a Guild Lord, like Steppenwolf just mentioned, that'll be on in each team's base. Basically what you need to do to take advantage of the enemy team's Guild Lord is take down their keep wall, get into their base, and try to engage that Lord with the 4 NPCs that sit there and guard him. If you're able to take that Lord down, it will net your team 150 points instantly. It opens up some really interesting plays. If you're able to get to the 350 point mark and then take down the enemy Guild Lord, that's an insta-win.
Yep. We saw a lot of plays during the meta, probably made it pretty famous in their Masters of the Mist tournament, as well as yesterday, as we saw Pugging with a great comeback on Legacy of the Foefire, rushing to the Lord in the last second and getting the win off, turning it into a best of 3, going to Kylo afterwards. So I'm really looking forward to see teams play on this map, because it's, in my opinion, one of the best ones you can watch at the moment.
Alright guys, and just a reminder, we will have the final for today, so we will have our decided team that'll be going to PAX Prime at the end of next month today. That'll be the final with Team Paradigm later on this evening, so definitely stick around. Again, this is going to be match 2 between Nonstop Nonsense and Skull Impact on Legacy of the Foefire, and we're going to watch the splits coming out right now.
It seems like that Nonstop Nonsense is sending Conrad to far point again, just to put the pressure on to that point. Actually, the Mesmer is standing right there, so they will clash on that point. On the other hand, we see Max crossing as well. He will fight Guts and Hockey on Quarry.
Yeah, over here, we do have Conrad fighting in a 1v2 right now, and Waterfall is going to be fighting Jin and Windu on point. Kind of just kiting around. It looks like he's going to try to disengage here. I don't think he's going to be able to hold that as long as he thought he was going to be able to.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
All right, over here on Quarry, like I mentioned, we do have Max fighting. Actually, it looks like Guts is going to leave Hawk here to fight Max alone. Max in a pretty bad position right now. His heal's going to be coming off the cooldown just here momentarily. Just trying to stay alive as long as he can here.
He might stay alive a little bit too long for Nonstop Nonsense. Yeah, thought process. They got the cap off, so it shouldn't be a problem as long as Hockey can kill him over the next couple of minutes. Meanwhile, in mid, we actually saw the Necromancer of Skull Impact going down fairly quickly. Was rest up right after that.
Actually, that was an illusion of life that came out onto him. He's already taking a ton of damage from conditions right now. He's going to get the heal off just in time. If he was to drop, if he still drops, he's going to go down. He's going to go permanently right there. So that he's down for the rest of the fight here. So he's going to be on respawn, and now we have the fight in mid kind of going in Nonstop Nonsense favor. Little shatter combo coming out from Miss Windu onto Guts. Guts avoiding a lot of the damage here. Guts still at a pretty good spot. His heal's on cooldown, though. He's going to try to, looks like he's going to turn the damage back or run onto Miss Windu.
Miss Windu able to heal up a bit, currently trying to stay away from the enemy, as we saw just another blink out of that fight, but the conditions currently ticking on the health, but the cleanse got off. Getting healed by her teammates, very well played by that, using the Blood Frenzy, of course, to dodge some more damage due to the invulnerability. Guts, actually, on Nonstop Nonsense side, very, very low, needs to dodge a lot at the moment, disengaging, and barely survives.
Yeah, Miss Windu had a ton of conditions on her, was not able to actually get the res off from his teammates in time, did get stomped out on the first attempt there. Guts looks like he was able to disengage, he's going to be regenerating his health right now, he's going to get back into the fight here just momentarily. Jin goes down on mid, stomp coming out from Epley, it looks like, going to get the stomp first attempt here. You know, Nonstop Nonsense is pretty dominant here in the mid fight, but they don't have a point right now. Only Skull Impact does.
Yeah, actually, they just killed Max on Quarry, so they will be able to get this point back. And of course, in mid fight, which normally takes ages on Legacy of the Foefire, they are still in the race, of course, just leaving being 10 points behind. It's not a big deal for them, probably. Now we see Hockey currently going into mid again, trying to put the pressure onto the enemy Necromancer. Actually, he gets down, so you could see a cleave onto their Guardian. Nice fear before he could bubble and knock the enemy back. Stomp went off very, very fast, so we will see Nonstop Nonsense probably take midpoint in just a second.
It looks like Hawk's going to be disengaging from the mid-fight, going over towards Waterfall, going to try to help in Rhodes here. Conrad in a little bit of trouble right now. Going to be putting a little damage onto, oh, actually, it looks like he tried to stealth Conrad there. Was not Conrad moved out of the stealth field, though, unfortunately. But they are going to be able to disengage. Miss Windu trying to come up behind. Hawk's going to try to zone for Conrad while he tries to regenerate a little bit of HP here.
Yeah, when we look at the votes you guys tossed in, we see that 75% of you actually think Nonstop Nonsense is winning this. It's a fairly equal game at the moment, and the fight about mid still continues. And when we look at the points, they are equally matched.
Miss Windu getting kind of low in mid. He's going to use his Blurred Frenzy defensively. Still gets taken down, though. Looks like he got taken down by Epley, interestingly enough. Epley coming out with the stomp. Miss Windu's going to evade it with her downstate 2. Jin coming in with the res, going to get it off. It looks like Epley trying to go for the stomp. Doesn't quite land it. He's been back up in mid here. A lot of conditions going on to Windu right now. He's going to try to put the portal down. Doesn't quite get it off in time. It's a really bad spot to be on. He's gonna, looks like Rain's going to come in, try to get that res going off. Hopefully he doesn't portal through. Very nice job not portaling through on accident. Going to try to get the res off right now. Stomp comes through from Epley, and that's going to be the end of Miss Windu on that mid fight.
Very well played by them. We actually see Adira being pretty low at the moment, actually going into downside momentarily. But we see, of course, Nonstop reacting so fast with the Shadow Refuge. 2 players just resting instantly. So nice team play right there. And the question is, how long can Skull Impact hold that point? Actually, they went off point so far that the point is kept right now, as we can see, even if the icon is bugged on top of the screen at the moment. So the initial 3 cap for Nonstop, they will take the lead right now.
Now we do see Rain going down to mid. Jin coming in for the res here. A lot of players from Nonstop right there. There's a lot of cleave going out. They're going to get the stomp on to Rain first try here. Jin take a little bit of cleave. No one in range to help him out. Epley going to come in for the stomp here as well. Epley is completely on point with the stomps today.
Blue team grabbed a capture point.
Yeah, we see Skull Impact reacting accordingly, getting Waterfall right now. Nonstop actually moving in there with 3 players. So huge dedication to get Waterfall back, playing on 3 points all the time, which is a choice you can make, so they don't want to play defensively. On the other hand, we have Max again on far point on Quarry. Doesn't seem like he is getting that point, and we probably will see another 3 cap by Nonstop. Actually, no, Skull Impact moved in with 4 players currently trying to train down 2 players of Nonstop, Adira and Epley Guts moving into that fight as well as Hockey, so we will see a full out 4-on-4 off point right there, which is quite interesting.
Well, it's not a bad decision. They were trying to train down Adira pretty hardcore there. Was not able to take him down. He did pop into Plague Form, using that extended HP pool to try to mitigate a lot of the condition damage. Was able to stay alive here pretty well. He was able to jump out of Plague Form, get that heal off, so he's kind of resetting the fight here. He's just going to try to lay some conditions down in that mid fight. We do have the Necromancer for Skull Impact, though, getting pretty low up on the ledge here. He's going to have to play very defensive right now. Make sure he doesn't get taken out. We do have Guts coming up right behind right now, though. Tries to teleport in with the damage. Looks like he's able to get that heal off. Going to be avoiding that gank out by Guts. Guts deciding to change targets. Are going to be moved back into the midpoint.
Yeah, we see currently that Adira is very, very low, even with his dash shroud up, can heal up again. But as we see, he is disengaging, trying to get the better positioning for himself, just to put down marks onto the enemy team without being in any danger right there. But actually, it seems like Skull Impact is doing pretty well in that team fight.
Over here on Quarry, we do have Max still fighting Conrad on point. Conrad having a hard time finishing Max off in these little 1v1s. Doing a pretty good job, but you know, the nude is there, so Max is doing his job. Able to get Conrad off point here. He's going to try to see if he can get, he's going to keep working for that full cap. It's going to take a while, but it could very well happen in the next couple minutes here. Back over in the mid fight, we do see a lot of conditions going out onto Nonstop right now, coming in from from Skull Impact rather. I keep calling him Skull Crack.
Happens, but they seem pretty strong at the moment. Epley is probably currently the target, or Guts, as we see right now. Both players taking a lot of damage. Epley going very, very low, actually is in downside as well as Guts. Skull Impact making a very nice move right there. The Necromancer went down, got the rally as Epley was stumped. Guts will be stumped in just a second, just trained down by damage. So Adira is trying to tank that.
Adira able to get the heal off, extending his life a little bit longer here in the midpoint. Again, you know, Nonstop is ahead right now. There's no denying that. We're going to get a nuke coming out, hopefully just soon here. Actually, Hawk comes in with the Elixir, puts it down on Adira. Adira able to get the res off from Hawk's help. Very nice job there. Nonstop is still in the fight here in mid.
Yeah, but we saw Conrad moving in from Quarry to mid to help out, to actually make this possible. But Quarry and Waterfall are in Impact, so they will start the chase momentarily. And as it looks, they still look very strong in the mid fight, as we see Hockey being pretty low at the moment, got healed up by the water field that we just saw coming down from Conrad. He's now spamming, of course, his spirits again, just to give the protection and burning damage due to the buffs they apply. Yeah,
Hawk went down to mid, Rain coming up the stop, able to get it off the stability there. I believe not quite able to get it off in time. So the fight's still very even here at mid. Miss Window getting pretty low over there for Skull Impact. A lot of damage going on to him right now. Let's take a look from his perspective here. His heal is back off of cooldown though. He's going to get himself a little bit more sustained back into the fight here. So again, right now we're seeing a 2-cap come out for Skull Impact. They're very much still in this game right now.
They are. They only need 100 points right now to get to the Guild, which is probably a good decision to do. But as we see with the resurrection of Hockey, he is going to go to the Waterfall, probably getting the decap off, unless Skull Impact is reacting very, very fast to that. In mid, meanwhile, Windu went down, got rest up a second time. Adira was just bursted down. Yeah. Actually, we see the Shadow Refuge coming up for the rest.
Absolutely. A lot of damage still going on to Miss Windu here in mid. A lot of conditions. Necromancers, or pardon me, Mesmers are especially susceptible to those conditions. Getting put on him pretty handily. He's having to rely a lot on his teammates for the condition removal. Jin coming in for the res with Rain onto Windu, able to get it off in time. Still keeping this midpoint kind of an interesting team fight, but we did see a cap on Waterfall go out to Nonstop Nonsense. So they're going to be generating some more points here. They are in range right now for a Lord Rush. They do have over 350 points, so they can definitely go for the Lord if they so choose, but they're in a pretty safe position right now to kind of just play the game out with 2 points.
Yeah, if they are able to hold 2 points, they will win this game before Skull Impact will be able to get to the Lord and actually kill it to get the additional 150 points. We just saw that the Illusion of Life in mid went down now. The Necromancer is getting rest up again after he went down another time. But we saw good bursts onto Guts, and Conrad Guts could disengage just with his heal and jumping back a couple of times. But Nonstop Nonsense pushing onto that point very, very strong at the moment.
Yeah, we saw Adira get Moa in mid. He actually moved out to the side here, tried to avoid some of the damage while in Moa. Thought he was going to be able to get a self-res up, but he did have the pet on him from... that was going to be Jin's pet, was able to keep him down when he tried to self-res, and we got over there actually in time to get the stomp off on him. Definitely is going to help out in this mid-fight for Skull Impact. Still, though, 2 cap points going out right now for Nonstop Nonsense. Really need to make something happen.
Yeah, they got to step up their game at the moment. We saw the decap on Waterfall, so that will buy at least some seconds. And as we know, they only need another 15 points to be able to rush the Lord, which is their only chance at the moment to turn this game around into their favor. 9 points now. They gotta get moving very, very soon, otherwise the time will just not be enough to actually kill the Lord.
Yeah, don't see anyone moving towards the gates quite yet for either team, but still definitely possible. They are, like you said, they are in range now to get that Lord kill. They do have the over the 350 point threshold. We do see the Necromancer for Skull Impact down on point right here. He's getting a lot of cleave damage going out right now. Rez is trying to go out. A lot of cleave damage going out to the team. Oh, that might have been crucial there for Nonstop Nonsense winning this mid-fight. Looks like Miss Windu does go down right next to where the Necromancer was. Jin's getting pretty low here at mid, and so is the Guardian. The Guardian actually drops down off point. Eppley coming in with the stomp. It looks like he's going to be able to get it off with stability, and I think that might be GG at mid.
Yeah, there might be. We will actually see Miss Windu and Jin probably being stomped right there, which would give them another 10 points, which will save them to win. As we see right now, Nonstop Nonsense taking the second map and winning this matchup 2-0 against Skull Impact, which looked very, very strong in the end again.
Yeah, Skull Impact, you know, a team that I haven't personally seen play before, but still coming out very strong. They kind of struggled. I think they need to work on their openings. They had an issue at the beginning of each game, kind of struggling to get their foothold in the game, but then always do a very nice job of coming back kind of in the mid-game towards late game and kind of